Standards Bureau. Good morning, Usman.
Thank you.
Today the world is celebrating World Standards Day, and it's a celebration that is meant to honor those experts putting standards together. And when you look at from our intro, we say it's specific looking at SDG 9, that is industry, innovation and infrastructure, looking at how things are going in Sierra Leone. When you talk about the building materials and all of the sorts, is it right for us, or do we need to celebrate the experts when it comes to standards?
Thank you very much for that question. First of all, it is always necessary for you to celebrate, because we have been doing work tremendously around the area of standards. There are sometimes standards cannot be seen, but they are always felt. The essence of standard is enormous, but we have developed close to 500 standards right now that are for public consumption, adopted and made as mandatory standards. So they all just need to be enforced. So we have developed standards around critical sectors. And we are also developing a national standardization strategy right now that is going to cut across both the food sector and the non-food sector. So this, we are always, there is
year we saw the collapse of many buildings, and so it boils down to standards itself. If you have been developing the standards, why are we experiencing such ugly occurrences in the nation?
Okay, now we feel, because as a Sierra Leonean we always empathize with such activities happening, even though it's a national occurrence, but we sympathize with these occurrences. But again, we need to know that we have with international organizations from India and Austria, so we are trying to look at ways into bringing a standard, a working document. So what we need to do here now is try to look at the working document that we are developing and see how we can develop it properly for all other stakeholders. But in terms of developing only a national building code, we also need to develop a national electronic code, because these work side by side. That is why you need to look at, if there is a building code, there must be a specific Sierra Leone engineer or as a Sierra Leone developer. Now, what is supposed to be in the code? Because the issue about it is, if you go to the francophone countries, you notice, let's take a simple example. You notice that if you have traveled before, you go to francophone countries, you go, wherever you go, you find out that a switch is a 2-pin switch they are using all over francophone countries. It is universal. Okay, that tells you that they have a building code and they have a national electronic code. That is how you build for them. But for us, we do not have. Okay, that is why you find out that sometimes you use the 2-pin, sometimes we use the 3-pin. Okay. For Anglophone countries, we are supposed to use the 3-pin electrical system. So because you do not have a building code, we do not have a standard in which have to build buildings.
Okay, so Mr. Pa, you said you are not in charge of getting these codes, but however, you've tried to make sure you get one for the country. Let's look at the materials used in putting up some of these buildings. Well, not only the materials, we have so many substandard materials coming into our country. How do you normally do your work to make sure you certified some of these things? For example, the iron rod. There was a time where somebody said even the iron rod used to put up that structure was of substandard, and yet they use it to build. How do you normally go about certifying some of these things?
Okay, now first of all, let me explain what we have done so far and what we intend to. That we do not have the facilities as of now to do, but what are we doing for the future? Now we have collaborated with the integrated trade services that will be working on both the consignment-based conformity assessment program, wherein all importers and exporters, if you are importing into the country, we are going to identify out there qualified accredited laboratories that you should test your product before bringing it into the country. We are not saying that we are abandoning our testing facilities. We are saying facilities that we cannot
Sierra Leone, continue to send your messages and we'll definitely read them out. We now go to another issue that has to do with education. The Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, MBSSE, last week officially released the results for the 2024 West African Senior School Secondary School Certificate Examination WASC. According to the ministry, a total of 179 candidates from 816 schools took the examination. This figure represents a slight decrease compared to the 243,202 candidates who sat for the WASC last year. The results for 36 private schools were not included in the initial list. The remaining 135,617 candidates from 781 schools have received their results. Meanwhile, the West African Examination Council WAEC has withheld 20,000 results over examination malpractice, and the basic ministry backs WAEC stance against examination malpractices. To further the discussion this morning, we have in the studios communications officer of the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Augustine Bami Anthony, and he's with us in the studio. Good morning, Bami. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Frances. Good morning, Ibrahim.
Okay, so this time around, let's focus on some of the goodies that you have for this year's result.
The total candidate passing English and mathematics. It's not English or mathematics. English and mathematics. So if we say English and or mathematics, we have a higher percentage of those going to university.
So Bami, quickly before you continue your analysis, don't you think it is because some kids were unable to take these exams because of some issues either from their schools, or some of them you were able to screen them because you are very, very much rigid in getting those who are not going to school but coming outside to take this examination? Don't you think it is because of that?
Brilliant, Frances. That is the aspect of the integrity we want to introduce into the system, but also the quality aspect of the education. Before this time, we had a lot of, so to speak, passengers who came from outside of the school system, lobby to the principals, some of these principals around. Of course, we had the rumors of them receiving 2.5 million, 3 million for them to write the exam. So we have been able to eliminate that to a large extent. So now we could see that our kids, the very ones who went through the SSS1 to SSS3, are now writing the exams. But that is just one improvement we made this year, the repeal of the repeaters policy. But also, what about the introduction of the pre-CAS system?
The CAS.
So now, pre-CAS system is where we have to track you from SSS1 to SSS3. So that is also another good improvement, because you could not just be coming from outside to write the exams, and your CAS is being manufactured by the principals just because you may have paid some amount and you want to write the exams. That is also eliminated in the school system. However, we had some challenges. Probably that tool on the exams, it had some impact on the exams, because we had some schools, over 100 of them, that didn't upload the third year of the CAS. They did the first and the second. And you remember, if you are writing the government exams, you already have a 30% free, we call it free grade already. So if some schools we are not able to provide 30% and provided only 15% for you, meaning it will tell on the exams, and that's what you could see from the performances from certain schools.
So Bami, since that day when the minister read out the results here, he read it in different percentages of sorts. We've been see the online communities are awash with schools Some are saying this school came first, some are saying this school came second. So
Yes.
we want you to give a detailed analysis of, let me say, the first 15 best schools or first 10 best schools for viewers
even
out there.
20,
Or,
if you can.
or even 20 for viewers out there to really confirm that this school and this school are in the best schools for this year's WAS.
The SLBC is interesting today, and they seem so ambitious to be getting a lot of information.
Why do you think so?
I'll try my level
Why
best
do you
to-
think so, Mami?
And because the 10, the 20, subsidy 15, so it's so interesting. I could see the excitement even in the SLBC and that of the social media. But I'll have to do that for justice to prevail. We said, the minister rightly said it the other day, that Pedu International High School in Freetown came first
Really?
by school performances. This is about school performances. They sent in 17 candidates and they had 100% university requirements. The second school there is Kambui Lebanese Senior Secondary School in Kenema. They sent in 3 candidates and they had 100% passes. Direct university. When I say passes, it's direct university requirements I'm talking. The third is the rural Freetown. They sent in 29 candidates and they scored 93.10% of passes to university. International Islamic Secondary School is the 9th. International Islamic Secondary School, Circular Road. They sent in 38 candidates and they had 92.11 university requirement percentage. Then we have Munamaka International Senior Secondary School, Rutifunk. They sent in 42 candidates and scored 85.71%. Pedmal International Academy, Makeni. They sent in 100 candidates and had 85.0 percentage. It is Aris Zaid of Naicom that got 6. She started with 8 subjects. She got 6 A's and 2 B3s.
Okay.
St. Edward's Secondary School, Bar Alpha Ibrahim started 9 subjects. He scored 6 A's, 2 B2s, not B3s, 2 B2s, and 1 C4.
So why is
So guys, no.
because
Of course, the ranking you should not have a C.
Yeah.
oh, okay, a C.
A C.
Okay, thank. But we have
Let
to
it go to the 5. To the 5.
Just go to the
5.
So number 3 is also from Naicom School College. Sise Samuel Unisa. He's a
This is Inkulenu's Ghana's original spice palm soup base. Iron fruit and turkey berries are naturally added.
Also available Brown Gold Natural Cocoa Powder, Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, Neat Fufu Flour, Shito, Pisa, and Moringa. All available at Nyami Ado Enterprise, 1 Lower Waterloo Street, Freetown.
Inkulenu palm soup base.
Ghanaian original taste.
Welcome back. The program you're watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Well, viewers will go over to our review of the local tabloid headlines today. I will start with the Calabash newspaper, and it says Air Sierra Leone officially launched enhanced travel experience promise. In Delta States, Nigeria, Dr. Walton Gilpin, honored by Nigerian royalty as Elevate Africa's global ambassador. Jetty Trading Company feeds over 1,200 people every Saturday in London. These headlines and many more are in the Calabash newspaper.
My first newspaper this morning for review is the Aoko newspaper, and the Aoko newspaper reads, Packers murder trial, witness reveals doubt over cause of death. And another story here, staggering 27,000 and 97
newspaper, and it says Nigerian royalty honors world team. Air Sierra Leone to commence direct flight to London. US envoy discusses MCC compact with VP. These and many other stories are in the Premier News newspaper.
And my next take here is the Concord Times newspaper, and the Concord Times newspaper has a story: Air Sierra Leone operates direct flight from Freetown to London. Another story, you have the photo of Aisha Johansson with the story: Aisha Johansson urged youth. Integrity is the bedrock of true leadership. And also you have other stories that have to do with
don't forget, this man was also the chairman for the NPD, and he was suspended there. He refused the suspension also. Came to the NGC with the same old tricks, but this time around, NGC are part ways with him based on his anti-party activities, his arrogancy, and his dictatorship. To be honest with you, we in the NGC did not suspend NGC just like that. The Constitution did. There's a body in NGC called NEC, which is the National Executive Committee. That body is bigger than anybody in the members, or even following what the Constitution said. We all know before this time in Sierra Leone, party called subscriptions for you to become a member of a political party, something like 1 leon for a regular member, with 5 leons registration, come up 5,000, which used to be 17, right? 17,000. Today is 17 leons. That has been the tradition all over this country. Yes, we came over and increased everything to 100%. Today in NGC, if you have to pick up a distinguished branch political membership, you must have something like 6,000-7,000 leons, which is so huge. Without him consulting the party, not even the national executive is working with. And finally, we all know and everybody know that the NGC is in alliance with the Sierra Leone People's Party. If you want to come out, if we NGC want to opt out from the alliance, then we must also consult the Constitution, talk with the NEC members, look at the solution that we can opt, so that we can structure a party for coming here.
How lovely is this marriage between you and the SLPP?
Well, so far it's good. Everything is going on, as you can see. The NGC have some senior members working with the government.
So you are trying to say the marriage is rosy?
The marriage is very okay. We are flourishing.
So you know, the leader, the former leader of the NGC,
Dr.
Yumkela, during 2017, 2018, he referred to the SLPP and the APC as Al-Assaim and Al-Hussein. And what we are seeing now, you suspending Jesmed, which is acting. I'm moderating. Okay. You understand?
Yeah.
And Jesmed is saying no, you do not have the right, and you are saying no, you are yes, you have the right. These are some of the things that do occur within the SLPP and the APC, and the NGC is now saying NGC is now trapped in this type of situation. Are you not part of the Al-Hassan Al-Hussein?
We are not, and I'm here on behalf of the NGC, so I just want you guys to discuss. Let's discuss NGC.
No, it's NGC that we are discussing.
Yeah. You mentioned somebody.
These are the issues. These are the issues that NGC came out with.
You made mention of Dr. Yumkela
for standardization to help LDCs around the world in terms of improving their national quality infrastructure. So one of it is developing a national standardization strategy. So we will be discussing the strategy with stakeholders at the meeting. But going forward, like I said, we have programs with developmental partners such as ITS, CRS, WFP, which are also helping in terms of our visibility and reaching out to the public. So we yes,
go ahead.
No, so we plan where we intend to each section of the institution, meaning each department, will come and try to deliver its message out to the public. My own section is about standard development and policies. So that is what I'm trying to do now and will be doing in the future.
Result withheld, and you have said you are in support with WAEC to make sure that you uphold standards. Let's look at what actually went wrong that we have to withhold 20,000 and more results.
First of all, I feel gratified that it's coming from you, Francis, congratulating the MBSSE for performing excellently well. I feel fulfilled this morning. And yes, for the the cases do not reach the threshold, the results will be released.
Okay,
Yes.
so how soon will that committee meet? Because some of these kids, they have to go to universities and time is not their friend.
Usually it is 2 weeks after the release of the exams, and we are in the second week already. So we are expecting the committee to meet soon, and we'll come back to the public to. Last year, you remember, it was 35,000 candidates with the results withheld for the same reason. So I think this year is a little less.
Okay, so Bami, quickly, let's go to private schools whose results were not released as a result of them owing WAEC. This is a concern because this has to do with education, and you are the supervisory body for education, irrespective of the status you are.
Are kids who go to private schools than those who go to government schools. You could even take a ride of your kid to a private school. You care less about the one in the government school. You pay more attention with private exams, private classes, buying books, and even giving time for studies. So the kid going to the private school. With the counterpart in the government school, maybe he or she will be helping you in the kitchen, preparing food. So these are some of the domestic factors that militate against the performances of those in government schools. However, if you check the result, they are in the majority of those who pass the exams. They may not be getting the A's and the B's like you.
To go to the conference, is he allowed?
Except we go back to the drawing board.
No, I'm saying he is a member.
Until his suspension is lifted, he can't go to the
When are you going to lift his suspension?
Well, we'll see what we'll do.
All
If
right.
we see something like a remorse from me, then
All
we'll
right, thank you very much. He is Josiah, and he is regional secretary for the National Grand Coalition Party. And many thanks to you viewers for being part of this program, and a special one to our producer Joseph Stanley for putting this program together. To all our guests, thank you for making this program a reality. The program has been Good Morning Sierra Leone. Francis Bernard is my name, wishing you a wonderful day.
And before we leave you, let's take the quote again. It's a wise word, and it says, feed your mind with positive thoughts and attract great things into your life. Good Morning Sierra Leone returns tomorrow same time. I am Emmanuel Samuel. Goodbye, and stay glued to the Sierra Leone, to the public service broadcaster, the SLBC.
As a mother of the house, whenever I want to prepare palm soup, there's no need pounding palm fruit. All I need is Nkulenu's Ghana's original palm soup base. My soup is done, and its preparation, it is not difficult at all. Nkulenu palm soup base, it's easily done with no difficulties. Just take few ladles and your soup is done. And its flavor, it's amazing. This is Nkulenu's Ghana's original palm soup base. And this is Nkulenu's Ghana's original spiced palm soup base. Iron fruit and turkey berries are naturally added.
Also available Brown Gold Natural Cocoa Powder, Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, meat fufu flour, shito, pisap, and moringa. All available at Nyami Ado Enterprise, 1 Lower Waterloo Street, Freetown.
Nkulenu palm soup base.
Ghanaian original taste.
Amos Peter Tommy. Me na the farm manager for Feeding Nation Poultry with the Kenema Bandama checkpoint in the village. This poultry we don't start for 12 years now, and I get a capacity of 30,000, but presently I get about 7,000 for them with it, and they're on and layers. And the egg weight that they lay is very much more nutritional. They get high value of protein for we mortar man. As soon as I can see, waiting I produced yesterday, now this knowledge. Imagine out of 7,000, and they get up to 16 cartoon for day. That 16 cartoon day, you know they do. Me one green for South Kenema, me Kono Kailau, but me one green no go able, and you know they even do for the customers them. So are they talk to me company Sierra Leoneans and me company businessman them. Let them self car inside this poultry, and if they car inside this poultry, believe you me, the kind nutrients what this egg get and the kind of a profit we poultry get, we go able for feed this country. We go able for feed Salo.
I'm Mohammed Tijan Keller, Chief Executive Officer for Feed the Nation Poultry, based in Kenema. For over 15 years, we've been in the poultry business, producing eggs and chicken. And over the years, we've been able to actually supply the poultry products to not only to Kenema, but to the southern and north and western regions. So I'm very pleased. Gradually, our production is on the high side. And in the long run, what we intend to do is to actually ensure that for all poultry products that we need in this country is being produced
the input where they need transportation for after they don't produce for bring the goods to the market. That make President Bio in wisdom say we will provide this landing craft for them. So now in that people then President Bio don't do it, don't left to now. But una grow the rest, una use this landing craft, una bring una resident from market, una sell them, feed Boone Chiefdom, feed Bond District and feed Salo. I tell una thank you.
The beating heart of West Africa lies